chunks that are usable, and then it just does it over and over and over and over until.
So it runs map many times until it must exhaust some criteria.
And what it'll do is, as it's mapping, it'll, because there can be, something like that, it could probably be like 5 or 6 different solutions, and it will keep track of each separate solution and all the outputs of the solution when it's done.
Like some better than others.
Well, like these are all the different possibilities that work.
Oh, the pass.
Right.
And then is there a final reduction phase when it actually places them?
Couldn't tell you now.
Okay. Okay. So you volunteered. You want to go?
Sure. So I did TerraGen, TerraSort, and TerraValidate, which are used as benchmarking tools for your clusters. So TerraGen just creates a whole bunch of random data. It's characters A through Z and blocks of 100 bytes. And then TerraSort obviously goes through and uses just a standard MapReduce to sort all the letters out individually. And TerraValidate goes through and validates it. But what it's, in order to evaluate it, you usually use the job tracker. And so it wasn't working the way we had it set up, but I added some stuff in the configuration file and I put it in the discussion. But you can look and see however seconds it took to.
Well, is there something you're changing between runs to like tweak it?
So the things you would be changing is your Hadoop configurations or your node configurations, and I don't know enough about that to know how you would optimize it, but
Like how many nodes you assign to mapping and how many to reducing?
exactly.
So you start with A, G, S, B, C, blah. And presumably you have a bunch of them, right?
Correct.
And then presumably the mapper sends each one of these to somewhere and they sort it.
Mhm.
So like one of them will come back like A, B, C, 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 D, E, 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 F. And another one might come back A, B, B, C, D, D, et cetera. Is that what they, each one would take these and put them in, it's like a vector here and another vector sorted, right? Is that what it does?
So you specify how many rows you want to make, 100 byte rows, and then it sorts each of those rows individually and then combines them together.
All right. So this is so you have 1 to n rows,
Yes.
and it will sort each row individually,
Correct.
and then it'll take the resulting, let's say you did 100 rows. It'll take the 100 rows, like if I only did 2, then does the last phase take this and make it 4 A's and 3 B's, 4 C's and 4 D's?
Correct.
Okay. So, okay. So if you took program 260 from it, who took 260 from it? You did. You did. 260 sorting, didn't we do sorting?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and sorting was a really class example where some sorting algorithms, like if you were doing binary sorts, this wouldn't bind anything, because you still have to go through every stinking letter. But if your sorting algorithm can know that every letter to the left of it is already less than or equal to, then you get this beautiful behavior where the last phase can, it can look at these two. It doesn't have to compare this one to all of them. It only has to compare it to the next one. And therefore, it can run really fast. Okay, good. And thanks for posting on how to fix that.
Sure.
I'll be able to use that from now on. Okay, I think we're down to 4 people. Anybody want to flag their hand up and say? You can pass and you can say, I'll do it with a few points less and do it in 2 days if you didn't really get it done. I didn't want to put you on the spot too much. The what word histogram? Exigate, oh, some word we don't know. The exigate word histogram. Oh, is it not aggregate? No. Aggregate. Okay.
I didn't get it working, but I think the issue is that I wasn't entering the right thing into the run command. I wasn't giving all the
Yeah, the parameters.
parameters. Because it was asking for, the other one would just put, the word list would just put the directory where the information was
Started
stored.
from and where we wanted it to go to.
And this one also asked for number of reducers and text inputs on that, which I'm not really sure. I try to guess for each one. Got the same errors first without the extra parameters.
Okay,
So what
but-
I believe it was
Yeah, that's-
supposed to do was to take all the words in the input and count how many times they occurred and then put them into a histogram that would show how many times each word occurred, make them into pairs.
So that sounds very much like the word count we did. The word count we did counted words, and if we gave it a really little one, it would have said like A appeared once and arc appeared twice and apple appeared 3 times, and I hope those are alphabetical words. They're probably not anyhow. And Bill appeared twice. So we had something like that, and it sounds like yours was going to somehow make something like that.
That's what it was supposed to do.
Wonder how it was gonna.
But I haven't, I tried finding other examples or just images of it.
If it's output, yeah.
And I just haven't been able to find any good examples.
I tried aggregate word count, and I think the input value parameters are not same as word count, I think.
Yeah.
So it requires something different. So it was not able to give me a good output at all. It was giving me some errors of some missing files.
Yeah, this
You
one-
mentioned it was looking for a format of the input.
Yeah, it had 2 more parameters.
So then I switched to word median, and that worked, and it gave a good result. So that's fine.
Yeah. But I was just interested to see what the output would look like.
What it should have been, right? All right. So I'm probably gonna harass you to somehow, maybe with my help, get that working. I want to see what that was supposed to look like. I mean, for input type, I mean, I don't know, maybe it was byte arrays, or maybe it was UTC, whatever the character sets are.
I tried,
I presume you looked at the sources, right?
yeah, I tried, that's how I knew that there were 2 inputs. I tried putting UTF-8 with the
Yeah.
source type.
Okay. All right, at some point, I'll see if I can figure that out. Okay, so now we're down to this row of 3 gentlemen.
So I did the aggregate as well, and she pretty much went over a lot of it, of the issues that I was having.
So you were doing the same when she was doing?
Yeah.
But what do you think the output was supposed to be? Did you ever get?
So the output is supposed to be a count of records of each line counts up the number of words So if you gave it a line of 10 things, it would give you 10 lines of outputs of how many words were in each line. It's an aggregate word count as opposed to.
So it's a count of words per line, not in total.
Right.
Oh, okay. Does that make sense to you? Because that's a little different than you're saying.
It says it reads the text input, breaks each line into words, and counts them.
There were two aggregate ones.
Oh, there were two. Oh,
One was aggregate.
Hers had histogram in it.
Oh, mine was the aggregate word count.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So then you were going to get the number of words per line,
Right.
whatever a line was, and you couldn't get it to work.
No, I was having issues with it working at first, but got it.
Oh, you got it?
Yeah.
So what does the output look like?
It says record count per line. So say with like record count 9-9.
But what did you use for input? Like a book or
Just a
something?
text file. I just grabbed a random text file that I had on my computer.
And did it have like 20 lines?
It had probably 100 lines.
And so did you get 100 output values?
No, that's weird. I only got like one output value. So maybe I did it wrong. I don't know.
Yeah, that doesn't sound right.
So,
So I think I'm going to make you keep working a little bit if you want cool points too. I won't take off a big light, but I'd like to see you get a little further with it.
okay.
And you, sir? Thirsty? Okay.
So, okay. You want another screenshot of the output?
I want you to say convincingly, this is what it's supposed to do, and yes, the screenshot actually matches.
Oh, you want, okay, so you want,
You left me with like, it only put out one number, and I was surprised. That was the impression I got.
okay.
I looked up Knut's algorithms.
Yeah.
And that gives a better description of the pentagonal
Oh,
problem
good.
solver.
So you're going to tell me?
No, but I can show you. So, what it does is it takes a table, and in their example, they have A through F on the left-hand side and 1 through 7 on the top, where A equals spot A1, A4, and A7. And so, because B1 and A1 both equal 1, they make a line, and then they get put into a partial solution. And that's what the map reduction does, is it puts all the partial solutions together.
Send me that link.
Sure.
Okay. So now we're down to you.
Yeah, I did the word mean.
Mean?
Yeah. So it says the app counts the average length of the words. But in my results, showing that I got just 2 counts length. I think I'm supposed to get a mean of the length, average of the length of it, but I got 2 things, so I'm kind of confused.
I was just reading up on yours, and what it's supposed to do is it's supposed to take and give you an output of 2 numbers. And the first number is the number of occurrences of the word with that length, or words of that length, so 1, 2, 3. And then the second number is supposed to represent the total count for words that of that length show up, if I looked up the right thing.
So it should have said like count 5, and it would tell you all the words, how many words you found that were of length 5.
Right. So it'd say 1 and then 430, like if there was I and A 430 times.
Yeah.
And then 2 and then another count of how many times that letter, that a 2-letter word showed up.
His was called median, so it seems.
Word
Mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
Oh, I
it's-
looked up the wrong one then.
Yeah, because his you would have thought would have come back and said something like, I found 7,000 words, and the mean length was 4.2 or something.
That would
Yeah.
make more sense to me.
That's, so basically in the map phase, I think the total data is directed to the one mapper process, and we get two key value pairs, I think. So one key value pair for the counting the words, and one for the counting its length. Right? So I think
It'll be the same as the one they did and we did
Yeah.
in class, which is you'll have a whole bunch of the word length and then one, the next word length, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. You have all these individual ones, and then it'll get the ones that are similar that have the same length and combine them.
So basically, like same as word count, in combine and reduce phase, we get the same words, the same key value. The key is the word, and the value will be that number of the words. So,
Yeah, I mean, the only difference should be how you calculate the average
Yeah.
versus the mean.
yeah. So summation of the length divided by the number of elements should be the, I think.
What I'd like you to do is make up your own input string and make up a small one, it's only 20 words or something
Okay.
like that, and play with it. And then watch the output and see if you can start to see a correlation.
Oh, I see.
Because either A, it's working correctly,
Mhm.
and you just don't know what to expect, or B, it's not outputting, it's not really writing the output somewhere else, like it calculates the answer and it's not writing it out. So see if you can do that, okay? Okay, so let's move on to pig. One thing you should definitely do is, if you remember, and I don't, I'll find it in a minute. I put up a virtual image of the virtual machine that we're using on a G drive under a name called KFriedrich. Okay. That same folder now has the sources for pig. Okay. So it would be good if you would just suck that down while we're talking. And let's see if I can probably find that. Let's see, reference. Yeah, here it is right there. Oh, yikes. Oh. Well, let's see what that gives us. Does that give me the folder, or does that just give me the file? No preview. Oh, yeah. Okay, so that, I didn't give you access to that. I only gave you, so I need to go to that site. So what do I want to do? I'm in the right place. All I need to do is over here, say G drive, which is there.
You can go to, I found it, if you go to the download and then there's an I in the top right, there'll be a location with a link to the share folder.
Up on the G drive?
So where it said no preview available with the download link,
Yeah.
in the top right, there's an information button. And click that and there's a link to the folder.
Really nice. This would speak to me. No. Oh, there it goes. That was ugly. That was very ugly. Okay, so you're saying if